tell you he did nothing, I mean, he literally did nothing. Like, he would complain about her being grumpy and would say, oh, he doesn't want to come and see her if she's in a bad mood. But, like, anyone who's a parent knows that regardless of the mood that your child's in, you will have to tolerate that. And especially when she's a newborn baby, like, you don't get to pick and choose the type of mood that she's in. Like, if she's cranky because she didn't take her nap yet, and she's cranky, the best thing that you could do is just do whatever it takes to make her feel better, him or her to feel better. You know, also, he just, it was 4 months. He didn't buy anything for her, like no diapers, no wipes, nothing, no clothes, absolutely nothing for her. He would say, like, and then he would not show up on days that he tells me he's gonna come. The one that really pissed me off was Halloween. Just because, it was her first Halloween, and he was the one that decided that he wanted to come. And, we talked about it the day before. He told me what time he wanted to come on, and I agreed with him. And I said, yes, that's fine. I'm okay with it. Tell me when Halloween came around, this motherfucker never showed up. And then he had the audacity to call me at 10 o'clock at night and tell me that the reason why he didn't show up was because I didn't call him or I didn't text him. And I'm just thinking, like, that's the lame-ass excuse you're gonna get as to why you missed your daughter's first Halloween. Like, first of all, I didn't call or text you because we talked about it the day before, and we arranged that it was okay for you to come at what time. And if he was really so concerned on whether he was able to still show up or not, like, he could have called me long before 10 o'clock at night when she's in bed sleeping. And there was like an incident where I was holding her. She was like a month and a half old at this point. I was holding her and he pushed me and I almost fell and dropped her down the stairs. And then recently we found out that she's going to need hearing aids. And, he sat there and gave me some bullshit excuse as to why he couldn't afford to pay half for it. And all this bullshit. And then tell me how I found out that he went to Dominican with his new girl. That, I think, really set me over the edge and really pissed me off. And was just, after that, I was done. It's not even the fact that he went to Dominican with her. I don't care that he went to Dominican. He could go do whatever he wants. Like, nobody wants him. I don't want him. Especially after he assaulted me while I was pregnant. Like, I definitely don't want him. Oh, baby. But it was the fact that he went and he likes to post pictures of her and say how much he loves her. And then he went to Dominican and spent all this money but couldn't invest even like $10 in buying like an article of clothing for her or some diapers or anything, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know if I'm being irrational or a fucking bitch about it, but it's kind of like, it baffles me because it's like, I want to know if it crossed his mind that I would be pissed if I found out. So after that, I kind of put my foot down and I was like, you know what? You're not taking this seriously. I cannot have you coming around. And it's important that I do this now before she gets her hearing aids and she's able to hear properly and is more aware of what's going on. And like, I told him from the very beginning when I first told him I was pregnant and he told me he wanted to be there and help out. I told him, like, if you're not going to take it seriously, if you're not going to do what you need to do, then I don't need you coming around. And I was very clear to him and his mother about that at the very beginning. I was super duper clear. Now, because of his alcoholic past and abusive behavior towards not just me, his ex-girlfriend, and his dogs, I would watch him punch his dog in the face. Like, just all of that made me really scared to leave her alone with him. So I would never leave her alone with him. I always had to be there, especially since, she's a newborn baby and I'm breastfeeding. I obviously do need to be there in order to give her food. Um, but yeah, that's just the gist of what's going on and all the drama that I'm dealing with right now. He wanted to say that, like, he wanted to fight me for custody, but, like, we all know that, like, no judge will give him custody of a child that he doesn't take care of. And with his abusive past, because not only did he get charged for assaulting me, but he also got charged for assaulting his dad and breaking his dad's arm. You know what I mean? That's like no judge with that violent behavior will give you custody. Like, they might give you supervised visitation. They're not going to give you custody of the baby. So I have the upper hand in that. Plus, it's been like 6 months since she's been born, and we have our daily routines going on. And he doesn't know that. He doesn't know her specific cries and which cry means what. Like, one cry may be that she took a giant shit and needs her diaper change. The other cry is she's cranky or tired. The other one is if she falls and gets hurt. Not like she really falls, except for like when she's still learning to sit up on her own. So sometimes she'll like fall back, and sometimes there'll be a toy behind her, so she'll hit her head on the toy. And that's pretty much about it. But it's just like I just don't want that negative energy around my daughter. And especially with the fact that he made up excuses as to not being able to help pay for her hearing aid. Like, I'm sorry, but when you have a child, you're supposed to love them unconditionally. Now, not say that everyone does, because, not everyone does love their children unconditionally, and that's fine. But if you're going to sit down there and say that you want to help out and you want to be in her life, that means that you need to fucking help out and step up. And it's like, for me, I don't care. Like, if she needs something, they can take all my fucking money. As long as my baby is happy and healthy, that's all I fucking care about. That's all that matters to me. Nothing in this world matters to me more than this little girl and her happiness. And, obviously, if she doesn't get her hearing aids sooner rather than later, she's gonna be delayed in her speech and learning how to talk. Because obviously, if you can't hear properly, you're not gonna learn how to enunciate certain letters and words. And, just a lack of care when it came to her. Just like, I was flabbergasted by it. Like, he's the type of person that will take other people's accomplishments and try and claim it as his own. Like, so many times, he would be like, oh, my friend's doing this, my friend's making really good money, look at the car my friend has, oh, my friend did this and this and that. And then meanwhile, he wouldn't have a job, and he'd be in his room drinking alone, playing video games. Like, I watched this kid drink every single day for 2 years. And you really think that I want that kind of influence around my daughter? Hell no. I don't even drink that often. And I definitely don't drink now since I gave birth to her. And I am breastfeeding, so, I don't really want to risk it. But I just wanted to get your guys' opinion to see if I'm being dramatic. I think that I'm not, and I think that my requests are reasonable, and it's like an accumulation of a lot of things, like I would call him and put it on speaker so that she can hear his voice, and like, sometimes he'd be talking to her and he'd call her a bitch or a whore, and I'm like, how are you talking to a baby like this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, thank God she's not able to hear properly, so she can't comprehend. But like, what's gonna happen when she gets older? It starts talking. Like, I don't want her first word to be bitch or whore or fuck. Like, nothing like that, So, I just had to put my foot down with this and say that he couldn't see her anymore. And honestly, I just think it's for the best, because he just brings nothing but drama. Dating him was like dating a girl. Like, I might as well have been a lesbian because, number one, I felt like the dude in that relationship. And number two, he was the biggest little bitch I've ever met. Like, he wouldn't leave the house. He would call in sick for work if he had a cold sore. He, like, was so insecure that he wouldn't take his shirt off during sex. Or, like, wouldn't take like, we went to Niagara Falls one time. And I was, like, on a hotel room. And he made me go all the way downstairs, outside, and wait while he took a shit in the bathroom. Like, nigga, just take a fucking shit in the bathroom. I'm not in the bathroom with you. I'm in the bed chilling. Why are you gonna make me go downstairs? I'm like, and who's afraid to take a shit around a girl? Like, normally girls are afraid to take shits around a guy, not the other way around. And it's like, we all do it. It's like, if it smells bad, just fucking close the door and turn the fan on. Like, we all been there, done that. You know what I mean? Like, and just like the insecurity level, I just could not take it. Like, he was just hella insecure. And honestly, like, just brought so much fucking drama. Like, literally, I would do everything and pay for everything for this kid. Because he's a waste of space. A waste of sperm, pretty much. Like, his little brother will be more successful than he will ever fucking be. And he's just gonna have to continue to brag about other people's accomplishments. And I thought she hit her head on the bed frame. Brag about other people's accomplishments and try and take other people's accomplishments as his own. Like, he tried to tell me that the relationship between him and his new girlfriend was brand new. But if the relationship is brand new, who moves in with them? You know what I mean? And, like, yeah, she has her own place because she's old. Like, she's fucking 40. Well, at least she looks like she's 40. And he's, like, what, 25? Like, and then he tried to, like, say that, like, her place was his place. And it's like, no. Like, that's just another example of taking other people's accomplishments and trying to, like, use it as your own. And one day he tried to have a sincere conversation with me while he was hella fucking drunk. And all he did was talk shit. And it's like, nigga, you don't have your fucking license. You have a shit job where you make no money. Because let's be honest, we all know that there's nobody working in a restaurant. Unless you're a bartender or a server. And he wants to be a chef. And I told him, you know, like, I have friends that are doing really well in that industry who I went to school with. And I was trying to, like, you know, get him to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember right now because baby brain's, like, fucking still well in effect. But, like, I was trying to get him to meet them and socialize and, you know, do what he's got to do to take his career to the next level. Because let's be honest, you're not going to get very far working in chain restaurants. Like, even if you're a kitchen manager, you're still not making money and you're doing a hell of a lot of work.